he's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the River Hogs and the Night Hawks, and it's all up next.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward calling this contest for you. And right now, we're putting the secondaries on notice because we have a couple of wide receiver rooms, not just dudes, rooms that can test every level of a defense.
Yeah, it's more than just the headliner, right? We know the top options, but for these offenses, it's the depth at the wide receiver room that's such a big deal. If you overcommit to the biggest playmaker, a couple other players, well, they could hit you down the field just as easily. And with how both offenses love to mix up their routes and looks in the passing game,
here's Thomas Morstead out for the opening kick. And we're off and running from Louisville. Devin Duvernay to return it. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So here's their offense taking over for the first time here. And they're brought up by the reigning MVP, the second of his career, the best runner in the game. It's Lamar Jackson.
a win is a win for him. Whether he goes for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, Kate, or maybe he just finds the end zone once like last week. And being the team first guy he is, he'd be more than happy to end the game with just 1 touchdown pass, or maybe even no touchdown passes, so long as they get the win in the end.
Throw right side is caught by Hopkins. He's got a gain of 6 there. Hit made by TJ Edwards. We're going to look here at the receiving numbers for him from last week. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Now running for the first time with Audric Estime. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Benjamin St. Just getting up to end that play. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Now Jackson on 3rd down. Buys time, rolling right. Oh, he's gonna run for it! And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Well, I can tell you what, that was the goal from the moment he took off. Kept his eyes locked on the chains and made sure he set them up with a new set of downs. Well done.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Now first run of the game, Zamir White. And his charge towards the line, that's right around 3 yards.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Didn't get that one off in time. This is going to be a delay of game. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it at the time, but instead, they take the penalty. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Lamar out of the pistol. Completes this one to Gray. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. So now here's 3rd and 5. And the play clock hits 0. This is going to be delay of game. Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. The flag makes this 3rd down and 10. Lamar now from the gun. He's on the move. He's running for it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the 1st down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
They send the tight end in motion left. The play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. They'll have to come up with 5 extra yards now after that first down flag. They send a receiver in motion right. From the gun, Jackson. Chased out to his right. He's keeping it again. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a 1st and goal.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a 1st down. That's a big bonus for the quarterback.
From the gun, here's Estimate. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. First shot gets him 5. Still a couple of looks remaining. It's 2nd and goal. Shotgun snap to Jackson. And it's caught. Touchdown! The Nighthawks finish up an excellent opening series. Mark Andrews with a touchdown. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than the offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming, allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
That one splits the uprights. And the Nighthawks will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Stonehouse now to kick it away. On the return, here comes Justice Hill. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So here's their offense now to take over for the first time. They're led out by a 30-year quarterback, 7 wins in each of his first couple of seasons, Kenny Pickett.
Just an all-around great performance from him last week, Kate, in the win. Those 2 touchdowns he had played a big part in the victory, no question. But so did keeping it clean, not throwing a pick. You want to become friendly with your own defense? Make sure they don't have any extra possessions to defend. He did his job, and so did his teammates.
And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Staying with Robinson. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Sent to the ground by Kyler Gordon. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. To throw, Pickett. Escapes the pocket. Now he takes it. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. So 4th down, and out heads the steady leg of Thomas Morstead to punt. He punted 3 times in the win last week, and this one is away. Fields this at the 19. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Nighthawks and Lamar Jackson are ready to go again on offense. And he's been more than just his work as a passer this season. Look at this. He's gotten the job done on the ground as well. 2nd among NFL quarterbacks in rushing yards. Drive starts with a carry by White. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about 29 yards on 1st down? And a fresh set of downs on its way. 1 play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. 1st down, and they go right back to him. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Tackle made by Jordan Brooks. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. Again, this is White. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. Tackle made by Jordan Brooks. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
You know, I don't even know sometimes what it means to bow up, but that's exactly what the defense did. I do know this. It means stopping that offense in critical situations and forcing a 4th down. Now we get to see whether or not this offense wants to gamble.
Here's someone from a family of punters, Ryan Stonehouse, on to punt on 4th. And that's out. We're just waiting for the spots. They're going to say it cleared the sideline over top the 14. Their offense headed back out for its 2nd drive of the contest. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. Throwing now from the gun. Completes. It's Bijan Robinson. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Into the hands of Elijah Moore. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 37. A throw left side, caught by Brown. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like the 40-yard line. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Robinson on the inside give. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here, what he was able to do in support of that win. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Another carry for Robinson. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Here's Robinson up the middle. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
And he winds up with a solid gain down past the 45. It's a gain of 4, and that brings us to the end of quarter number 1. That'll be the end of 1 in this AFC North battle. Neither side separating much so far. Take a quick break, and we'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Time to begin the 2nd quarter, and we'll pick up with what's already been a lengthy possession. This has been a good drive, but it's at risk on 3rd down. He's on the move. He keeps it and takes off. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
Well, there was no sense in taking a risk down the field when a 1st down was just a run away. They'll get to reset now and figure out just how they want to attack a new set of downs.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4 equals a 1st down.
Finds his man, Waddle. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Running left is Robinson. And he's going to make it down to the 15-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Robinson. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. A solid gain of 6 there. It's going to be 3rd and just a yard. A run here with Robinson. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Yeah, I get it. Fans will measure a running back's merit by touchdowns, yards, the fantasy football world we live in. But as coaches and teammates, Kate, they want something a little bit more. They want to see plays like that, a guy who will always get the short yards in a critical spot like that.
Has a man, it's Brown. To get it to the 2 before the stop.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got to...
And he runs it across, touchdown! The River Hogs start to fight back with their first points of this game. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. And he has made this a habit this season. That's his 10th rushing touchdown so far. Will Lutz now on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the River Hogs tie this game 7-7. It's all lined up. Morstead ready to send this flying. Here's Duvernay on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Nighthawks and running back Zamir White returning to the field. Well, their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. First play of the drive, and he takes an option left. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it'll give him a first down. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Slot receiver headed left. First and 10, it's a give to White. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on second down. It's an option left. It's on the turf, the ball's out, he lost it. Scooped up by the defense. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
Pretty clear case of the QB not finding anything open downfield, just trying to improvise, make something out of nothing. Quarterbacks not known for keeping as good a grip on that ball as the runners, and he's got to punch free pretty easily for the turnover.
The River Hogs ready for their next shot here on offense. Kenny Pickett leading them out. And he's been somebody who can get the scoring done with his legs just as much as his arm. You can see he's top 5 for touchdowns among NFL QBs. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. It's a pickup of 11. And they'll have first down. New set of downs for him from the 46. Pickett set to pass. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Xavier Woods up to make the tackle.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make it.
Got a man, it's Drake London. And he's taken down at the 30. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. First and 10 now from the 30. Hauled in by Waddle. And he'll be brought down at the 23-yard line. Second and 3 now. Now we're on with Robinson.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
He's on the move. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. Will Lutz on to attempt the field goal. From the right hash, it's a 47-yarder. Vertele able to knock it through. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And this game has really been a great audition for him, Brock, to show off how well he can do as a runner. I think we could argue that his work there has actually been his early calling card in this one so far. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
Anytime you go over half the field in one play, totally changes the complexion of the drive. They're now set up beautifully in enemy territory to end the series with some type of points.
First down throw for Jackson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Motioning Myers right. 2nd and 10 now. That's caught. Here's Zamir White. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. It's Kader Kohu up to make that play. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Out of the gun. Here's Jackson. Forced out to his right. Oh, he's going to run for it. And pick up enough to move the chains. So we're at the 2-minute warning here from Louisville. The Nighthawks trailing in the early going. All right, I'll set up now. 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. This one's caught. And he almost gets to the 5. He goes out at the 6. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Now here's Lamar. The throw is caught. And defenders arriving in support to finish him off at the line. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Jackson looking to throw. On the move, and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. As they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. Lambo able to put it through. And it'll knock this game up late in the 2nd quarter.
You know, you look at that 3rd down play, looking back, and it really turns into a 3-point play. It's why situational work is so critical. Coaches talk about it all the time. Sure, you love the field goal, but man, they would have loved a touchdown more.
Hill now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The River Hogs and running back Bijan Robinson getting set to begin another drive. And he has run roughshod over them in this opening half. Pretty sure this is the exact kind of start that he was hoping to have here. Here's Pickett. Quick slant taken in by Waddle. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. And that is a touchdown. The River Hogs get some late points and the lead. It's a Jalen Waddle touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Point after try is good by Lutz. And the River Hogs break that tie and now lead by 7. It's all lined up. Morstead ready to send this flying. Here's Duvernay on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Nighthawks and this running back headed back out for a new series. They get that big old marker out, cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. They'll motion him out of the backfield. On first down, Jackson finds his running back, Andrick Estime. That one goes for 25 yards. And it sets up first down.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. On first and 10, it's Jackson. That one's caught along the left sideline. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. Offense set for a first and 10. From the red zone now. Got his target, it's Estime.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Jackson's gonna throw again. He'll get this complete to White. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. It's 3rd and 8, need to get a chunk here. Jackson yet again. Flush down now to his left. He's running for it. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Nighthawks earn the chance to tie it before halftime. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. Be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Hill now to return it. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. The River Hogs are headed out there alongside Jalen Waddle for this next series. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. Finds his target, Robinson. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. To throw, Pickett. That'll be incomplete, and the clock shows 10 seconds left.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
It's the grab in bounds left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Bertolet able to knock it through. And they've taken back the lead. We're to the halfway mark, and it's the River Hogs taking a lead into the locker room here in Louisville. Now we'll get you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coach is waiting to deliver the EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. It was a former Longhorn, Bijan Robinson, who was tough to stop in that first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the third quarter. Darius Davis to return it. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The home teams returning their offense and this running back to the field. And he's already scored once this game, something he's made a bit of a habit of this season. As we see, he's among the league's best at finding that end zone. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's a give to Robinson. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
Now here's Pickett. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
You know, he might complete 99 out of 100 of those short, simple routes to the tight ends. Even the shortest and simplest of throws, well, it's due to end up in a drop at some point.
He'll get this one to Brown. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion so that effort wasn't in vain.
Escapes the pocket. He can run it.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
The River Hogs bringing out their punter. And he'll try to have his second punt to his first one. Fielded at the 11. And something on the return, but not much as it still ends inside the 20. The visitors ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And this defense, boy, just beyond frustrated this late in the game. How's a group supposed to deal with him as a passer, Brock, and dedicate the resources needed to slow down this type of day on the ground, too? From the gun, a run for White. Brushes him off with ease. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and first down. They got 24 yards on the play. And that'll be a first down. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future. That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Jackson now on third. Buys time, rolling right. He takes it himself. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Give him 24 on that play. And that'll give him a first down.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
Out of the gun, White. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Hit made by TJ Edwards. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Motioning the tight end left. 2nd and 8. To the left side, caught by Andrews. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Benjamin St. Just getting up to end that play. They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
You know those elite zone defenses in basketball, Kate, it just feels like they're everywhere, clogging up every passing lane. This quarterback, well, he felt the same thing when he dropped back, nowhere to go but for a sack.
It was pylon hunting for a moment, but it's over the goal line and out the side of the end zone for a touchback. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now the give for Bijan. Cuts right. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
What an injection of momentum for the offense on that play. With the energy boost in a much shorter field, I predict it's not going to be long, Kate, till they finish this series off.
So what began at their own 20, Brock, all of a sudden is inside the other 20. It's 1st and 10. Pickett set to pass. Chased out to his right. He's going to keep it this time. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back them up. Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the clock hit 0. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Running it after the penalty. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. They find 7 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open.
And he's in for the touchdown. The River Hogs make it a 9-point advantage. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Lots there to tack on the extra point. And the River Hogs make it a 10-point ball game. It's all lined up. Morstead ready to send this flying. His return starts at the 5. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. This offense making its way back out now. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. Drive starts with a carry by White. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. Again, this is White. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
1st and 10. Here's Jackson. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And it sets up 2nd down. They've got a man in motion. Throwing again is Lamar. Flushed out of the pocket. He's on the move. He's out in the clear. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 27 on the play. And they're going to have a 1st down.
As much as you'd like to find a completion and get the ball out of your hands, when a play breaks down, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His defense counts on his ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Man in motion here. 1st down. Here's Lamar. That's brought in by White. And he's able to get this down to the 13.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. But Kate, when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And in fact, you'll see defenses swarm like that one just did.
Now Jackson on 3rd down. That's caught for the 1st. Touchdown! All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Badgley for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Nighthawks cut it to a field goal game. Ball is set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. On the return, here comes Davis. In pretty solid position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. This offense headed out as we get a look at their running back. And I think we can agree the plan to keep him out of the end zone, it hasn't quite worked so well for this defense, at least not yet. He scored twice, really been the one his group can turn to for a spark or a big play when they've needed it. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Pickett to throw. Couldn't connect across the middle. It's an incomplete pass. Before we can get a snap on 2nd down, they call timeout. To throw is Pickett. Hauled in by Waddle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They got 24 yards on the play, and that gives them the 1st.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Now Pickett. Completed to his running back. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Pickett will look to throw. He's on the move. He tucks it and takes off. Slides down with enough to pick up that 1st. It's a gain of 12 there. And it'll give him a 1st down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Play clock down to 0, and the flags come out. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because they could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. So they should be a little prompter in snapping this, you'd hope, Brock, after that delay of game. They'll run here following the penalty. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kate, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Another carry for Robinson. Continuing to turn those legs inside the 25. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. And because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
Here's Robinson. And they make a stop at the last minute. It's a gain down to the 1. It's a pickup of 5, and that brings up second and goal. Once more, it's Robinson. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
Shotgun now on third down. Escapes the pocket. And they take this in for the score. Hogs make it a 9-point advantage. Just a great effort there from him, Brock, to take it upon himself, embrace the initiative, and turn that drive into 6.
You know, Kate, there was a day when you were watching Steve Young or Randall Cunningham, and that felt like a bonus touchdown. But that's not today. It feels like every quarterback's got to be able to score, be a dual threat on the ground. It's part of an offense every single team relies upon.
That one right down the middle. And the Riverhogs make it a 10-point ball game. It's all lined up. Morstead ready to send this flying. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. This offense getting all set for this series. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building. I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Bails out of the pocket quick. He's going to pull this one down and run with it. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
Well, I can promise you, that was the goal from the moment he took off. He kept his eyes locked on the chains, and it's almost like he had a spidey sense of exactly where to get in order to move the sticks and get that critical first down.
New set of downs for him from the 46. First and 10, it's a gift to White. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut, second down. Play action now with Jackson. Gets this one to Andrews. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. 3rd and just 2 to go. From the gun, Jackson. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down. So not with his arm, but with his legs that he enters the record book, partner. That's the most rushing yards in a game for a quarterback.
I know, Kate, you and I share this thought. On any given game day, we get a chance to see something never done before. History made. And this QB and his legs in particular got it done today.
Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. Set him back 5. It's 1st and 15 after the penalty. It's an option to the left side. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. The rookie from Texas there on the tackle. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Lamar now from the gun. Escapes the pocket. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that pushes him back, 3rd down coming up.
Well, partner, I think this defense had enough. This QB has been getting out of the pocket and doing damage with his legs. But not this time. Great pursuit, great effort, and they're able to wrap him up for the sack.
He's running for it. And he's tackled for a short gain.
That's just a case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
Michael Badgley going to try and knock this through for 3. He was money on his first field goal, Brock. His second coming a little inside of 50 yards. Kick well, and this is good! And it pulls him back within 1 score here in the 4th.
His make there, they had to have that one. And it really does set up a judgment call down on the field. And this is where special teams coach and head coach are talking about game management. You've got 3 timeouts left, so you really can write either script you want. Onside kick or send it deep.
This return makes it up to the 25. The home team's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, once we saw them on a collision course with one another, we know how inertia works. The bigger man, he wins.
Here's 2nd and 11. Quick slant taken in by Waddle. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
He did such a good job, and not just hitting him in a window on that slant, in the right window, but hitting him right in time, right in a spot where he had room to run and add on to that catch.
Flushed out of the pocket. Stepping up, and he's going to run. He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Here's Pickett. Finds his man Waddle. And he pushes out of the 42 before going down. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll give him a first down. To throw, Pickett. Throwing deep for the end zone. And he sails that one over the end zone.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
On 2nd down, Robinson. And he works this to the 38 before going down. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Oh, he's time, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Final quarter, this quarterback's just feeling the need to do a little extra, try to make something happen outside the pocket. But the problem, defense wouldn't let them. They have that same kind of urgency. They want to make some plays of their own before they hit the showers, and they got one right there with that sack.
Punting unit out now. Thomas Morstead will kick it away. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And his effectiveness hasn't been limited to what he can do with his arm this season. On that last drive, he reached a significant mark for his efforts on the ground as well. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Looked like a bit of a concentration drop on that one. So 2nd down coming up. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. He'll get this complete to White. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Louisville. Nighthawks losing by 7. 3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Slot man motioned over. He'll throw it. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. 3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Throwing now. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. This offense running out for a new series, led by their running back.
The quarterback's so worried about challenging the DBs in coverage, he didn't keep an eye on the lineman in front of him. He threw it right towards him, and it was easy to get a pop and swat away a potential 1st down.
10 are under Robinson. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Staying with Robinson. And he's brought down after getting this to the 17, into the red zone. Timeout taken by the defense, their 2nd. 3rd and 4 coming up now. He's back to throw. Rolling left, buying some time. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. They drop to a knee, and what little time we have left here is going to tick down.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
And he gets them a little closer to the end zone, down to the 6. Give him a few that time, but they'll twice that to find the end zone here on 3rd goal. He goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So hard work rewarded as they take a well-earned win in this one. And they draw first blood against a division rival. They'll go on the road later this year with a chance at completing that season sweep. This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The River Hogs winners as we say so long from Louisville.